So Chris, what do you remember about the writing and recording of East of Edson?
Well, you mentioned Up the Hill, so to speak to that one, I think we were on a tour of Canada for the previous record, Land, and I was always staying with my brother in Toronto, so I started just noodling around on guitar and came up with that. I thought I'd rip off the record, the Edmund Fitzgerald, and speed it up and then put words on it. And so I don't know, I was just kind of, I think the thing with East of Edson was that we'd had this first record where we had years of writing, and years of songs that had come up through various other bands that we'd been in. And with East of Edson, it was really, truly the first record that was really a Captain Tractor record in a way. And a lot of them were kind of songs that we'd written on the road, but they were very road tested. It wasn't like we went into the studio and just recorded it. We'd actually played a lot of these songs. We'd written them in bars and started performing them the night that we were writing them. So I think it really has that kind of flavor. It's definitely a studio capture of live performance.
Scott, what are some of your memories?
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. Yeah, I remember playing all those songs live many times before we hit the studio. And also for the next, we did that as well, I think, for Bought the Farm. Those were all live songs as well. And I just remember being in the studio at Beta with Colin, and just, it was a whole other world for us. And it was great to meet all the people and record at Beta like that. It was awesome.
I remember we started on a January night. It was like -40, and our office was actually about half a block down from Beta, so we just kind of all stumbled up like the back alley behind 109th Street and stumbled in and spent the better part of the next couple months like making this record. And I think that all of us we didn't realize that it was gonna be successful. Like I don't think any of us realized that we were having fun, we were partying. It totally comes across, I think, on the record.
I don't think there were really any expectations as to what the record was going to do. What we really wanted to do is be able to capture our live show so that our fans had something to buy.
Absolutely.
To take home with them, and to take home that experience. We were talking about that a lot today, about taking home the Captain Tractor sort of quote unquote experience with you. That it was important to sort of try and capture that. So I don't think we had any expectation in terms of sales or anything like that. It was certainly not radio play.
But I think we all hung out in the studio. Like there were cases of beer that were loaded in. We basically hung out there 12 hours a day.
All my vocals between like 1 a.m. and 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We all did. I mean, it was our life then, right? It was like we'd just been on the road. We'd all thrown in. We'd been on the road, on a couple of tours for months and months and months. We came back and were off the road for 6 weeks or 2 months, but just in the studio. So we didn't really have anything else to do except for be in there.
Be in there and do it, yeah.
Yeah.
How different was this recording session from Land, your first album?
Well, Land was Land was just capturing the sort of craziness of our wacky group of friends. I mean, there were so many, guest appearances on Land. Oh my God, Dave Jackson from Nowhere Blossoms, and
Darren Hagen
playing accordion, and Marek Forzinski playing keyboard. Like every single track had somebody else playing on it, and we were out at Wolf Willow, in the old Wolf Willow Studios, which is actually at Ian's place out in Wolf Willow in his parents' basement. And so that was just a totally different experience. And I think we made that over months and months and months, like a few days at a time here and there. And we weren't, we were all doing other gigs then. I mean, still doing theater gigs, some of us, and still, we weren't really focused yet as a band.
And Land kind of sounds like that too. It sounds like a bunch of songs that we had been playing or wanted to record or whatever, but it wasn't really a band effort yet.
Yeah, I mean, with Land, though, we were originally going to make it a 2 record.
That's right. Yeah.
It was going to be a double CD. Thank God we didn't do that. Absolutely crazy idea. So I think that I think when we got to Land, we were just trying to figure out what we were.
Right.
And I think by the time we got to East of Edson, we'd kind of done a couple years on the road, and we really were ready to. We knew what we were and what we wanted to try and capture.